Hey, welcome back to Flip Flop Gaming. Today we're going to be picking up where we left off in our Super Metroid Let's Play with Episode 2. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. In the last episode, we escaped the space station before it exploded and followed the space pirates to planet Zebus, where we then uncovered the morph ball, some missiles. We got the charge beam, and then the last thing we got just before we ended the episode was the super missile. And we fought one medium boss and a small boss, and let's continue where we left off. I happen to know that's already a super missile door, or block. Okay, let me just check my map. Yeah, we can do... I think we've basically done what we can, so let's head down again, because we can go in here now with our newly acquired super missiles. Alright, there's a secret back there, but we can't do anything about that right now. Not gonna bother with that. There's an animal in there we don't want to mess with right now. They're just kind of a pain. I think this is just energy. Yeah, we don't really need, but here we are. But yeah, we're in a different area now. The music's changed. Still in Brinstar. But yeah, it's got a different look and feel. Some different enemies. We got a little bit of water now. Bypass it. One of my favorite shortcuts to get early in the game. Oops. Using wall jumps again. It's up here. And more super missiles. That's fine. We got plenty. Spazer Beam. So this, I think the image looks like a crab. It kind of spreads out. Does more damage, spreads out, so it's got a wider spread. I do like the Spazer. This is a very welcome change. I think there's a... There we go. Yeah, you don't want to get caught by those little pincher guys. And this, just to show you guys, there's a lot of water. You can see that all around. So this is technically Meridia. It's the water area of the planet. But we're just passing through. Just clearing that out. We'll use that later. Alright, now we're in Norfair. The fire and lava area. Our exploration here is fairly limited right now. Because there's some rooms that get really hot that we can't really handle with our current suit. Like that one, you can see the background is bubbly and my health is dropping pretty rapidly. And we needed more super missiles anyway. So let's see, I think this is a save. Nope. I don't don't think I can do anything in here. Yeah, nothing in here yet. I think one of these has a hole. Probably this one. Yep. We'll come back later. Again. Like so many rooms in this game. We'll come back later. Put a pin in it. Now you can actually use super missiles to open up missile doors, and it only takes one still, but it's kind of a waste of missiles. Super missiles. Second energy tank, that's great. And we get something else that's going to be super useful. New pair of boots. Now we'll be able to jump kind of a lot higher with these. This is a great addition to the arsenal. And let's just check our suit. See what we got. So far we've got the morphing ball, the bomb, high jump boots, and we've got 2 beam attachments, a charge and Spazer. Making good progress. So yeah, now we can jump a lot higher. So I happen to know this room has one of those gray doors where we have to kill all the enemies in this room, so I'm just going to do that. Most rooms don't have that, but the ones that do, especially in this case, when you'll have to backtrack to find the enemies, it can kind of be a pain. So really, the high jump boots is basically all we're here for. See, yeah, can't do the map yet. Can't really do much in Norfair until we do some other stuff later. Oh, okay, I thought those might have stayed gone. Well, the boss would be next, but there's actually a couple things I want to do beforehand. I would like to get another energy tank. And we can get some more, let's see. Yeah, we can get, oh yeah, we can't go back, we need ice. Yeah, the long corridor that we, well, now I'm back in Meridia. The long corridor we just came down in the orange area, we actually need an ice beam to get back up. So we are stuck down here until we progress. So in that case, I won't be going and getting another energy tank quite yet. Coming back to that room, you've heard me say that a few times. Little secret that's not a secret because this is actually the way you're supposed to go. That's a little foreshadowing there. Need anything. No, all good. Good on energy, good on missiles. Unfortunately, those refills do not restore our super missiles, so those are a little bit harder to come by. And I am a fan of super missiles on what's coming, so I'm gonna hang out here and grab a couple. Okay, just give me one more. Not that big a deal. There we go. Okay, our second boss, first major boss. This guy's called Kraid. Big fat lizard guy that for some reason throws his fingernails around. Wow. Amateur hour here. He shoots stuff out of his stomach. Okay, not too bad. At least fill my super missiles. Almost. Alright, another suit upgrade, a Varia Suit. Varia Suit allows us to be in hot areas. That's pretty much all it does. I don't know if there's supposed to be any improved defense or anything like that, but that's all I've ever noticed. We can go in hot rooms. Great. Cool. Useful. But I wish it did more. Yeah, I don't need a missile refill. Energy's fine. We'll get missiles other ways. Ooh, there we go. There's our super missile refill. Oh, you know what? There is something here, huh? There's also something here, yeah. Well, not anything worthwhile. A save. Not bad, but doesn't really help much. Secrets galore. Third energy tank. Can't quite go get our fourth. There's several things. Actually, I'm thinking of a different energy tank. There's one we can get from earlier in the game that I pointed out, but we need to be able to get back to that area, which we can't do yet. Alright, back in Norfair. Now that we have the Varia Suit, we can go and explore a little bit more. We barely did any the last time we were here. So let's just take this first door and see where that gets us. little something we can get in here. Another missile container and another secret spot. Not here just yet. It's in one of these little spaces here. We'll have to get in the lava to do that. Now we do move slower in the lava. For now, it acts a lot like water, so we'll move a lot slower in water as well. But we got more missiles. It's always a good sign. Alright, now this room is going to fill up with lava for a bit. Oh, now we get to the bubble room. That's what I like to call it. There's a lot of bubbles in here. Let's see, there's a few items we can get in here. Can't go in there yet. And I think this is a save. Yep, let's save it while we're here. Like we do. Now there's a few ways you can skip a little bit of the game in here, but it does get a little tricky. And as you might guess, it's another wall jump trick, but we are not going to do that this time. More missiles. Yeah, it's up there, but we'll go the regular way for once in our life. Okay. Let me see. I think we gotta choose one of these doors. I'll start this way. Actually, let's... Okay, I'm not going to come down this way just yet. There's a little bit more I want to get done over here, so we'll head down. Okay, so this is another refill spot like we saw earlier in episode 1, but that spot spawns 5 enemies, so you can usually refill your energy and missiles a lot quicker. Little lava monsters in there. Alright, let's see if I can remember where we are here. Can't do anything there yet. And can't go there yet. Alright, so one option. Why don't we take the one door that we can actually go in right now? Okay, another lava room like this. That lava is going to keep rising. And in this room, I don't know. Yeah, in this room, it actually just keeps rising to the top here. So we're just looking to get back out of here. And this is an interesting little obstacle. Got these floating platforms. Not really all that challenging, but throws some variability into gameplay, so that's nice. Okay, now here we can actually do something. That's another little shortcut. So I'm not going to give too much away, but as you might guess, it's another wall jumping shortcut, so we're going to do that here. So half of the puzzle is done. Simple, just platform jumping. And here's the fun part. This is where the fun part begins. So we've got some grapple blocks across the top, which we don't have yet, but if we get a little bit of a running start, we can do some wall jumps here and skip the whole grapple puzzle. And now we get another beam enhancement. This is the wave beam. And by this little picture, it's a dolphin, or something like a dolphin. But wave beam basically adds, you can see the beam goes back and forth, it kind of oscillates, but this beam can actually go through walls and ceilings and stuff. So we've got a way to hit extra enemies surrounding us, which is always handy. So we won't have to worry as much about certain obstacles. And the best example for that is right there. Yeah, the wave beam also does add some extra damage, so we're going to be doing a little bit more. And there are some enemies hidden in here, so now that we can shoot through walls, we can easily dispatch them. And if you remember just a little bit ago, this is where we were going to be getting to if we had done our little shortcut from before, which we didn't. But yeah, this is where we would have come out. So you can see we're back in this same room. So now we can go in this room. And you might have to look around a lot to find something like that, but since I happen to know most of this game by heart, we've got it covered. So this is a pretty fun part of the game. It's just a little running sequence. More missiles in a secret hidden block, per usual. And we get another suit upgrade. Not for the actual suit, but for our boots. This is the speed booster. This will allow us to get a lot of extra speed when running, and we can actually do a lot of different things with the speed booster. We can do some kind of cool jumping sequence, and you can jump really high. There's a couple different ways you can jump with the speed booster, but yeah, it's a pretty cool enhancement that we get. Okay, so I think that is pretty much all we needed to do here for now. So I do want to get, let's see, I want to go back down this way because there's something else we can do. So before we went down, I don't think we need to go down. Yeah, now we want to go back in this room. And this will give us a little bit of a shortcut. I'm going to get a running start, and you'll see why. So the handy thing about the speed booster is that it can actually kill enemies. Similar to when we charge our beam and then do a somersault jump. It kind of gives the same effect. Okay, so there is something else I can do while we're back here. I'm going to be coming back again, but coming back down, that is. But we can head back up here because we can use our new speed booster to get through this little spot. There we go. I don't really care about those platform guys, so we're going to skip them. Now, we can go in that door, but I know that it leads nowhere. So we're just going to go straight this way. And, well, I shouldn't say nowhere, but it doesn't lead us anywhere helpful. But this leads us to the next beam enhancement, which is the ice beam. This is the last one we're going to be getting for a while, and we just kind of rapid fire got a couple really quick. So let's take a look at our suit upgrades and see where we're at. So we've got the 4 different beam attachments, and actually something that's pretty cool about this Metroid, you can't do in most of them, but you can actually turn off certain weapons. At least a lot of the earlier Metroid games you can't do that, but this one, you know, we could go back to turning everything off if we wanted to. But yeah, we've got our Varia Suit, the morphing ball, the bomb, high jump boots, and we just got the speed booster a bit ago too. So we're making good progress. But now that we have Ice Beam, that kind of opens up a fair amount more of the game. So we can get back to where we were earlier in the game, and we can also get back to some new areas. So now I'll go in this door. We actually needed ice to get through here. Now there is still more we could do in that little corridor, but we're still missing one other item. But I want to say we can do something down here. Nope, we are stopped. But since we got wave early, normally you'd get grapple and then get the wave beam, but because we got the wave beam early, we're gonna progress a little bit more in Norfair. Because we can shoot through that. Normally this door would have locked us, but because our beam passes through walls, we can open that from either end now. So now we can come in here and see all these enemies that we can't actually kill right now. Okay, where are we? Energy, don't need that. I think we can't do anything here yet. Yeah, so we actually do need the grapple to get through there. However, we can go this way. This will be a good ending point for our second episode. Really appreciate you watching, And if you enjoyed the show, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode.